Hello and welcome from Spanish Fork Complex here in a sunny day in Spanish Fork. Elliot Sharf's here with you with my counterpart Andrew LaRose, and we have a fun one today on this final day of the 2018 Utah 4A High School State Tournament. The first of what we hope is a triple header today for the Lady Dons will be a matchup with the Cedar City Red Women, who were the one team that has been able to beat the Dons so far in this tournament.
Absolutely. The only loss so far has been here to Cedar City, and so they're hoping for a win here in this matchup here and then be able to move on to the championship game against Bear River.
The Dons, how they got here, they won their opener of this tournament against the Canyon View Falcons 18-1, and then they won again later that day to advance to the quarterfinals before falling to the Cedar City Red Women 2-1 2 days ago. But they bounced back nicely with 2 wins yesterday in elimination play with a 12-0 win in 5 over the Desert Hills Thunder, and then a big win in the matchup of the top 2 teams in the state yesterday afternoon over the Tooele Buffaloes 9-3. Cedar City is no slouch though coming into today's game. Cedar City 22-7. They did lose the game yesterday afternoon against Bear River 8-4 to fall into the losers bracket, and the winner of this one will advance to that championship game at 1:30 this afternoon.
And we're all crossing our fingers here and hoping that that's going to be our Spanish Fork Lady Dons. We'll see what they're able to do here in the top of the first.
The Dons 26-2 on the year, having won 2 in a row, as they now face the Red Women today for a chance to play Bear River this afternoon at approximately 1:30 for that championship game. And a first pitch strike to Mallory Barber, who will be leading things off for the Dons today. The lineup for the Dons today will be as follows. Mallory Barber leading off. The senior Gabby Beckstrom hitting second. Jordan Bate will hit third as that pitch is fouled off to the right side, bringing the count to 0-2 now. Briley Rudd will hit fourth. Aislinn Sharp fifth. Briley Young will bat sixth and will also be pitching today for the Lady Dons. And then rounding out the bottom of the lineup will be Amanda Mitchell, Murray Condi, and then Trinity Benson to finish this lineup off.
And this is one of the more dangerous lineups in the entire state, almost in the entire country, Elliot. These Lady Dons definitely know how to put the ball into play. All of them have some pretty high, some video game almost averages at times in this lineup. Very impressive.
And the 0-2, a ground ball over to third base, and a nice play there by the third baseman Amanda Cardon for the first out here in the top of the first.
Yep, nice play. A lot of plays are probably going to be happening over there at the hot corner. That's why it is called exactly that. And she makes a nice play, sends it on over to first, and that's going to be the first out of the inning there.
And that will bring up Gabby Beckstrom to the plate with 1 out here in the top of the first. This Dons team, as you mentioned, a force to be reckoned with, currently ranked 16th nationally, not just first in the state of and also first in the state of Utah. So definitely a force to be reckoned with.
No kidding. If you're in the top 20 in the nation, man, that is just impressive. This is quite the squad here for the Lady Dons this year.
The Lady Dons looking for their 4th consecutive state championship, having won each of the last 3 years, and many of the seniors on this team have yet to not win a state championship as they try to go their entire high school careers without a loss in this tournament. And a swing and a miss as Beckstrom is now with a 1-1 count.
All this Dons team is win, 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 no matter what so far. It's been an impressive run.
He pitched just outside, bringing the count to 2-1 now.
Beckstrom's a .542 hitter on the season, has scored 38 runs, has 45 hits, 32 RBIs as well.
And a ground ball to the pitcher, Mackenzie Waters, for the second out of the inning here. And Waters doing a nice job of working quickly. Oh, excuse me, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I mean, just getting out in front of these hitters, which is a recipe for success. I mean, getting the 2 strikes early on Barber, now getting out Beckstrom here, just making quick work so far of this very dangerous Lady Dons lineup.
And Jordan Bate will now step up to the plate for the Lady Dons, and she will take strike 1. As we mentioned a moment ago, as Waters made the play, Mackenzie Waters is on the mound today. She has 9 appearances on the year with a 3.86 ERA. As she takes that pitch up, bringing the count to 1-1. You'd expect that they're pitching her again today, but she was so successful yesterday, or excuse me, 2 days ago when they played and only allowed the Dons to score 1 run.
Absolutely, why not? She's obviously been able to silence the bats so far, so might as well give her another try at it.
As that pitch is fouled off to the left side, bringing the count to 1-2.
Yeah, Jordan Bay definitely one of the more dangerous hitters in this Lady Dons lineup. 593 hitter, 19 home runs, so plenty of pop in this particular bat. Also 64 runs driven in.
As that pitch is grounded, and again a nice play by Waters over at first. She flips it over to the first baseman Johnson, and that is a quick 1-2-3 inning, just what the doctor ordered for the Redmen here in the top of the first.
Yeah, definitely some quick work there by Waters. She's doing everything that she's needed to do here in the top half of the inning. So let's see how the Dons are able to kind of counterpunch here in the bottom half.
And as we head now to the bottom of the first, we'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors for today's game. The Tony Basso Auto Group, Dickerson Automotive, Lance Wilson State Farm, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Mikkel Christiansen Wise, Attorneys at Law, MVP Sports, and 2 Jack's Pizza. And on the mound today for our Lady Dons will be Briley Young, who pitched quite well yesterday and has been a real dominant force for the Dons so far in this state tournament.
Well, she absolutely has. She's had herself a fantastic season. A 1.70 ERA, has 8 wins. She's been in 11 games so far. She started 7 of them, 6 of those being complete games. So she's been going the distance here, 2 of those even being shutouts. So definitely an important arm here for the Lady Dons, and we'll see what she's able to do here against the Red Women.
Yeah, most importantly, no losses on the year for Briley Young in an elimination game where they can't afford to lose. And backing up Briley, the defense today for the Dons from left to right in the outfield, Trinity Benson playing left, Marae Condi in center, and Jordan Bate in right. And left to right on the infield, Mallory Barber at third, Gabby Beckstrom will be playing short, Aislinn Sharp at second, and Amanda Mitchell at first with, as we mentioned a moment ago, Briley Young on the mound throwing ball 1 low there to the Dons catcher, Briley Rudd. And leading off today for this Red Women lineup is the senior second baseman, Ellie Meisner, who hits a little floater over there to Gabby Beckstrom on short for the first out of the inning here.
Yeah, you know, Waters getting them some quick outs there in the top of the first. Briley Young doing the exact same thing there, getting the pop-up out to shortstop. So that's going to be a quick first out of the inning. Nice job there by Young.
And that will bring up the number 2 hitter in this Cedar Hills lineup, the senior shortstop, Dream Weaver, taking ball 1 outside there.
Definitely one of the more unique names in that I've at least called anyway. Dreamweaver, that's a pretty awesome name. Parents must have really liked her.
And a foul ball over to the right-hand side, bringing the count to 1-1 now. Weaver not only has an awesome name, but you can also swing it with the bat. A .562 hitter on the year with 11 doubles and 23 RBIs.
Absolutely insane. Those are video game numbers, folks, and plenty of girls in both of these lineups have those type of numbers.
As that pitch is outside, bringing the count to 1-2 now. The .562 average is the best average for any of these Red Women, but there are some girls that are just very close behind her. As that pitch is low, bringing the count to 3-1 now.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy just how good these girls are at getting contact on the ball here. With this through-run count, we'll see if Weaver's going to be maybe a little more selective and look for something to drive.
In a little ground ball over to first base, Amanda Mitchell fields that cleanly and steps on the bag for the second out of the inning here. In a quick 1-2 punch from Briley Young on these first 2 hitters.
There it is, exactly what they needed. These 2 quick outs, kind of just mowing right through the top of the order here of the Red Women lineup.
And kind of what we expected coming into today, a 2-1 game 2 days ago, and so far the pitchers again look dominant, and it looks like runs will be at a premium here today. As that pitch is swung on and missed to the sophomore center fielder, Denham Henkel.
Yeah, nothing quite like a pitcher's duel. I love offense just as much as the next guy, but man, it is also very impressive to watch a couple of aces on the mound.
And that pitch is swung on, and that will be a single up the middle. And the first base hit of today's game coming here in the bottom of the first with 2 outs off the bat of Henkel.
Yeah, nothing too fancy there, just getting a nice piece of it and sending it straight way right into center field, nice and shallow. And so that's, as you said there, Elliot, first base runner there of the game for either team.
Yeah, the Lady Dons going down 1-2-3 in the top of the first inning here. And in the bottom of the first, a quick 1-2 punch from Briley Young before giving up the hit to Henkel there, and that will bring up the dangerous Pua Johnson, as she is called, but she will pop out to Briley Young for the end of the inning here, and a good job by Briley to get out of that one quickly.
Yeah, you got to kind of call off your folks, be like, I don't know, I got this, and the pitcher goes ahead and gets the pop-up there and gets a nice, pretty clean inning there.
And no runs on one hit, one runner left on base, and after one here at the Sports Complex here in Spanish Fork, it is 0-0 here on SF-17.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
Nobody plans on getting in an accident, but if it does happen, you can rely on the expertise of Mike McKell to protect and fight for your rights. Specializing in personal injury law, Mike McKell is the attorney you need. Contact Mike at McKell, Christiansen, and Wise.
Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17. We are here in Spanish Fork for the 4A state softball tournament. We've got the Spanish Dons here up against the Cedar City Red Women. The score is currently 0-0 as both pitchers put up goose eggs there in the first, as we are now in the second inning, and that is going to be the first strike there to junior catcher Briley Rudd.
Rudd, the biggest power hitter on this Lady Dons team, and a force to be reckoned with.
That is ripped right over to third, and that is a nice play over there by Amanda Cardin as she gets the first out of the inning there for the Red Women.
Yeah, that ball was absolutely smoked off the bat of Rudd. Really deserved a base hit in most people's eyes, I'm sure, when that ball was hit off the bat, but unfortunately right at Cardin, and a nice play for the first out of the inning here.
Yeah, definitely a nice play over there at the hot corner, as now it is Island Sharp stepping up, and she's going to send that over to the shortstop, and a nice play there by Dream Weaver. And that's going to once again be some quick outs here in this inning for Kenzie Waters.
Yeah, 3 pitches, 2 outs, and Aislinn just not squaring that ball up right there, and kind of a routine ground ball for the second out of the inning here.
And now it's going to be pitcher on pitcher here with Briley Young stepping up to the plate for the Lady Dons. And that one's going to be taken upstairs for ball 1. Bradley Young is a .400 hitter on the season, so definitely knows how to hit it. But that one gets sent on over to third, and once again, that is going to be a 1-2-3 inning there for the Cedar City Red Women, as Kenzie Waters is definitely cruising there on the mound.
Yeah, that's about as quick of a half inning as you will ever see in either baseball or softball. And a 5-pitch inning for Waters there in the top of the second as the Lady Dons go down without much of a fight there.
Yeah, it doesn't get more efficient than that. We'll like to take this time here to go ahead and thank our wonderful sponsors, the Tony Basso Auto Group, Dickerson Automotive, State Farm, Lance Wilson State Farm, Triple T Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, McKell Christiansen Wise, Attorneys at Law, MVP Sports, and Two Jacks Pizza. As we're now heading on over to the bottom of the second inning, it's going to be once again Briley Young on the mound, who only allowed 1 hit in the top of the first, and will be looking to match that goose egg that Kenzie Waters just put up for the Red Women.
Yeah, both pitchers dealing so far in the early going, much like we expected, and this is turning out to be a good one so far for both sides, as it looks like it'll be a close game, as the winner of this one gets to play in the championship game later this afternoon.
Yeah, so the stakes are definitely high, and the tension, you can already feel it in the air, as this one's shaping up to be a nice old pitcher's duel, as we were talking about. It's going to be Kylie Oldroyd that's going to be stepping up here for the Red Women, the designated player for them.
Oldroyd on the year is a .451 hitter with 19 RBIs, so definitely has some pop in her bat.
That one's going to be taken upstairs and outside for ball 1.
Oldroyd is only a sophomore, so one of the really young players on this team with a bright future.
That was going to be grooved right on in there for strike one, evening up the count to Kylie Oldroyd. You had to be a sophomore and to be batting here in the number 5 spot. That definitely says something about you. Because that one's going to be high and tight. And now it's going to be 2 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, very senior-heavy team today. 7 seniors starting out of the 9 hitters in this lineup, but 2 sophomores who you would expect in the coming years really become leaders on this team.
Once again, that one's going to be up in the zone, and Kylie Oldroyd has worked herself into a nice 3-1 count here. Here comes that 3-1, and that's going to be shot right past the shortstop's glove. It's right past Gabby Beckstrom, and that is going to be a nice single there for the designated player for the Red Women, Kylie Oldroyd.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting there by Oldroyd, getting herself in a nice hitter's count there. As Briley Young fell behind a little bit there to a 3-1 count and had to throw her something that she could hit, and she was able to get a nice base hit through the left side there.
Squares away for the bunt, and it is going to land. They're going to say that it's fair, folks, and that's going to be an out over there at second base as that ball just kind of stops right there at the plate, and they call it fair, and that's going to be out number 1 on a kind of weird-looking fielder's choice there.
Yeah, the ball was just spinning on the plate there, and it looked like it was going to go foul. Rudd waiting to see that ball go foul, but it never did, and she just picked it up on the plate. Umpire said it was fair, and so she threw it down to second base. Don't know why the runner on first wasn't running hard over into second base, but a little bit of a lucky break there for the Dons.
Absolutely, as that ball is going to be crushed out into left field, but that is going to be a fantastic play. Fantastic play out there by Trinity Benson on a nice catch there out in left field, and that's now going to be 2 outs there for the Lady Dons.
Yeah, what a play by Benson out there. That ball was going over the fence, and she went back and ranged over her shoulder and caught that ball, robbing a home run and keeping this game tied at 0-0. A huge play for the Dons in this one.
That one is going to be blooped just right there to third. Oh, and that's going to be slightly misplayed there by Mallory Barber, just not quite able to hang on to that one, as that is also going to advance Oldroyd on over to second base. And now we've got runners on first and second here with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. A mistake. That is Amanda Carden, not Kylie Oldroyd. Obviously, Oldroyd got out on the fielder's choice, so Carden is the one that's over there on second base.
And strike 1 to the 9 hitter, the senior catcher, Abby Anderson.
Oh, she's going to take a nice healthy cut at that one right up at the eyes, and that's going to be a quick 0-2 hole for Abby Anderson.
Nice job by Young there with that rise ball, really moving upward as Anderson wasn't able to get her bat on top of that ball.
That one's going to be low there. Nice take by Abby Anderson, as now the count is 1-2.
We're here in the bottom of the second inning, no score.
There's that 1-2, and that's going to be swung through, and that's going to be the first strikeout of the game for Briley Young, and that is going to be a key one as it leaves runners on first and second and keeps this game scoreless heading on over into the top of third. Thank you so much for being here with us on Spanish Fork 17, and we'll see you on the flip side.
Hi, welcome to Two Jacks Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to Two Jacks Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork, or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
And welcome back here in the top of the third inning in this game between the Spanish Fork Dons and the Cedar City's Red Women. We'd like to remind you that you can watch this game on youtube.com/SpanishFork17. A big one today. The winner of this one advancing to the championship game against the Bear River Bears. So a reminder, get all of your friends and family and everyone to tune in to our YouTube channel for this one.
Absolutely. This is going to be hopefully a nice long day of softball here for the Spanish Fork Dons. So, yeah, get your friends, get your cousins, get anybody and everybody on that YouTube channel watching these live.
And the hitter at the plate will be the junior first baseman, Amanda Mitchell, as Mitchell fouls that one off. The catcher, Abby Anderson, trying to convince the umpire that was fair and throwing it down to first, but definitely a foul ball there for strike one.
Definitely was. But, I mean, with the other play, I mean, she might as well at least try, see if the umpire will go for it, but definitely doesn't. So here's that 0-1.
And that pitch is blooped over the second baseman's head. Allie Meisner for a leadoff single here for the Dons in the top of the third. Their first base hit of the game after Waters had retired the side 1-2-3 in both the top of the first and second innings.
Leadoff runners are so important, and Amanda Mitchell definitely just getting just enough of that to get it over the head of Meisner. So a nice little bloop out there to the outfield, out to right center there. So leadoff runner here for the Lady Dons.
And a bunt attempt is fair, and the ball is dropped over at first base, and Murray Condi able to lay down a bunt, and a little bit of an interesting decision by Abby Anderson there. An easy play over at second base, as that ball did not get very far away from her. Instead, she chooses to go to first, and Pua Tausaga Johnson over at first was unable to come up with that ball. And the Lady Dons are now in business here with runners on first and second and nobody out.
Yeah, that's exactly what they needed. Sometimes you do just need a little bit of luck on your side, and in that case, the throw just kind of getting away from Pua there a little bit from Johnson. So, I mean, runners on first and second is certainly an opportunity here for the Lady Dons to finally put something up on the scoreboard.
And the freshman left fielder Trinity Benson at the plate now. And no surprise, she squares around to bunt as well. And she will be safe as well. A beautiful bunt. No surprise, the freshman, a bunt specialist on this team in the 9-hole. You expect her to want to move those runners over to second and third with one out here. But instead, there are still no outs as she's able to reach on the bunt single, and the bases are now loaded with the top of the lineup coming up.
She gets some extra credit on that one because obviously they're just kind of expecting the sacrifice there, so trying to get the runners over to second, third, just like you're talking about. But she lays it so perfectly that she's able to get on over to first, and now we've got a really dangerous inning on our hands with the bases loaded and no outs.
Mallory Barber at the plate for the second time today, and she swings and grounds that one through the left side for a base hit, and that will score two. A big start for the Lady Dons here, who 2 days ago only mustered one run against this team through 7 innings, putting up 2 here already in the top of the third.
Already doing much better than their last game, doubling their score from the last one from 1-2 on just one swing. And Mallory Barber just went on that first pitch, definitely just went ahead and went for it, seemed to like it, and so there you go. 2 runs here for the Dons.
Lady Dons wasting no time to swing at pitches on Waters. A 5-pitch inning last inning as their hits were not going anywhere, but this inning they are swinging on the first pitch as well, as that pitch is flied out to left field. A nice play by Sage Oldroyd out there to retire Gabby Beckstrom for the first out of the inning here.
Yeah, a bit of a lazy fly ball there for Beckstrom, and Benson's able to just range on over there and be able to make the play. My bad. Sage Oldroyd for the Red Women, able to range on over there and make that play. So still a potentially good situation here for Jordan Bate, though.
Yeah, Jordan Bate playing right field today for the Lady Dons as she takes that pitch for strike one. Bate grounded out to Waters in her first plate appearance back in the top of the first.
Yeah, Jordan Bate, one of the big RBI producers in this lineup. See what she can do with the runner scoring position.
And she will also fly that ball out to left field. And another nice play by Sage Oldroyd out there for the second out of the inning. Back-to-back fly balls out to left by Beckstrom and Bate.
Keeping her busy out there is what they're doing. A nice job there by Oldroyd. The other one had to kind of go laterally this time. She had to come in on that one, be able to charge it a little bit. So kind of able to get those 2 fly balls, and now you've only got to get one more out here to get out of the inning for Kenzie Waters.
The junior Briley Rudd, the catcher at the plate now. Rudd grounding out to third in the top of the second as she takes that pitch just upstairs for ball 1. The 7th hitter to come to the plate so far this inning. The Dons already scoring 2 here in the top of the third as they lead 2-0 here at the Spanish Fork complex, as that pitch is fouled off down the left field line towards our cameraman Travis. Watch out down there.
Absolutely. Had to do a little dance to make sure he didn't get hit by that ball. Loving it. It's kind of fun over there.
And the 1-1 coming now to Rudd. Mallory Barber is on first. Trinity Benson on second. Benson reaching on the bunt single. Mallory Barber with the single out into left center, scoring 2. As that pitch is fouled off the left-hand side again over towards our cameraman. This one a little bit less dangerous, as he is okay out there.
Yes, yeah. The balls are just gravitating over there to Travis, so maybe he should have brought his gloves so that he could be able to make some plays over there. But also a nice play over there by the other camera person to be able to scoop that ball up.
And the 1-2 coming now to Rudd. As that pitch is fouled back.
That one definitely had some sound behind us.
1-2 coming now to Rudd. Runners on first and second here with 2 outs. As that pitch is again fouled off the left-hand side. And Rudd really battling here in what seems like the longest at bat of this game by far.
Absolutely battling up there. Makes sense. She is a .533 hitter, so she definitely is good at being able to kind of stay alive in these counts. Also, 20 home runs.
And she will hit that one out into right. And that will drop for a base hit. And a run will come in to score. Benson coming around from second. And Barber moving over to third as there are runners on the corners now with 2 outs off the base hit off the bat of Rudd.
Yeah, nice job there by Rudd. She battled through there, fouling off a couple pitches, and then just is able to send this one just once again just kind of past the diving reach of the second baseman there of Allie Meisner. And so it drives in another run, and now there's going to be 3 up here for the Dons. A nice inning offensively for them.
And that will bring up Aislinn Sharp, the junior second baseman, who grounded out to the shortstop Dream Weaver last time up. And the Dons, who have not really hit the ball super hard this inning, but they've been able to hit the ball in the gaps, find the holes, little ground balls through the left and right-hand sides, and they've been able to manufacture 3 runs here so far in the top of the third.
Yeah, sometimes you don't have to necessarily mash the ball in order to be a successful offense, as is being shown here in this particular inning. You can just get enough contact to find a hole, find a gap, find some green, find some dirt, all that good stuff. And so sometimes you don't have to necessarily be killing it.
And that pitch is inside for ball 1 to Sharp. Yeah, 4 hits on the inning so far for the Dons, all singles. Also reaching on an error by the first baseman. As that pitch is low and outside to Aislinn Sharp, bringing the count to 2-0.
Yeah, nice patient approach. Both of these, kind of a little close to the plate, but doing a good job of being selective here and hoping to get something to drive to score that run at third.
As that pitch is blooped down the left field line, and it will land foul off the bat of Sharp, bringing the count to 2-1 now.
Yeah, a little bit in on the hands on that one, and so you just kind of heard a jammer a little bit, but still a good job to be able to kind of muscle that one at least out of the way of the third baseman, so it wasn't going to be a foul out.
3-0 our Lady Dons lead over the Cedar City Red Women in this one in the top of the third. Runners on the corners here with 2 outs. And that pitch is outside for ball 3 to Aislinn Sharp. Mallory Barber is on third. Briley Rudd on first, and Sharp with a good RBI opportunity here.
Oh, absolutely. Would love to keep this rally going, and a nice 3-1 count here to do it.
As she rips that one over to the third baseman, who's been busy today, and another nice play by Amanda Carden over at third to end the inning, but not before the damage is done. The Dons scoring 3 runs on 4 hits and an error. 2 runners are left on base. And as we head now to the bottom of the third, it is 3-0 Lady Dons over the Cedar City Red Women. And we'd like to take a moment as we head now to the bottom half of this inning to thank our sponsors for today's game, the Tony Basso Auto Group, Dickerson Automotive, Lance Wilson State Farm, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Mikkel Christiansen Wise Attorneys at Law, MVP Sports, Sporting Goods for all seasons, and 2 Jack's Pizza.
Now heading on over here to the bottom half of the inning, it's going to be up to Briley Young to go ahead and make this a nice shutdown inning here for them. Now that they've got some runs on the board here with those three runs that they got off Kenzie Waters, it's now going to be up to Young to go ahead and hopefully shut down the Red Women lineup and be able to maintain this lead.
Yeah, coming up for the Red Women in this inning, the top of the lineup. After being unable to score the first time through, Briley Young gets to deal with the senior duo of Allie Meisner and then Dream Weaver. before facing one of the 2 sophomore stars on this team, Denham Henkel, batting in the 3-hole.
Yeah, so her work is definitely cut out for her with the top of the lineup. These are definitely some dangerous hitters for the Red Women, and if they're going to be starting up a rally here, this is going to be how it's going to be. Oh, hey guys. Getting a nice view of us. Definitely tried to dress up a little bit today. Look nice, you know.
Yeah, Elliot Sharps and Andrew LaRose here today on this beautiful day in Spanish Fork at the Sports Complex, as strike 1 is thrown to the leadoff hitter, Allie Meisner. In the changeup low and inside, bringing the count even now at 1-on-1 to the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 3rd.
And Meisner popped up to shortstop in her first at bat.
And a nice catch out there by the center fielder, Murray Condi, for the first out of the inning here in the bottom of the 3rd. And Briley Young continues to just do her job and get outs out there on the mound.
Absolutely, yeah. Once again, 3 pitches there to get that out. Got a nice, just easy fly ball out there for Condi. So Briley Young definitely still just cruising right on through this game.
And the batter at the plate now will be the senior shortstop, Dreamweaver, who hits a ground ball just foul down the first base line, bringing the count to 0-1 now.
Yeah, that one was definitely dancing with the line there, but it had just enough of that topspin to kind of send its way on foul. So 0-1 count here.
And a fastball upstairs brings the count even at 1-1. As that pitch is fouled off, bringing the count to 1-2 now on Weaver. As we mentioned last time, Up Leader is the best hitter for average on this Red Women team, hitting .562 on the year. As she drives that one deep out to right field, and that ball is gone. See you later. And the Red Women are on the board here in the bottom of the 3rd. Off the homer from the Dreamweaver.
Yeah, that home run was an absolute dream for the Red Women. An absolute blast out there to right field. Definitely gets a good hold of it, laces it out there beyond the fence. And it was also a nice play out there by the folks in the lawn chairs to be able to catch that one. So cutting the deficit a little bit here in the bottom of the 3rd.
And that is the 10th home run on the season for Dreamweaver, good for 2nd most on the team. Trailing the hitter at the plate, Denham Henkel, who has 12 on the year.
Yeah, another dangerous hitter for sure. Briley Young's got to be careful here to not give up 2 straight here.
And the score is 3-1 now here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. The Red Women scoring their first run on the game off the homer from Dreamweaver just a moment ago here in the bottom of the 3rd. And there is 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd, nobody on base. And a swing and a miss brings the count even at 1-1 now on Henkel. All the runs coming in so far in this inning. 2 scoreless innings for both sides in the 1st and 2nd. And in the 3rd, the Dons scoring 3 in the top half. So far, the Red Women answering with 1 so far in the bottom of the 3rd.
Yeah, there's something to be said about being able to see the pitcher a second time. You kind of get used to seeing them that first time, kind of get acclimated, kind of how they want to pitch to you and other things like that. So that second time up, you're kind of like, okay, here's the pitcher's strategy, kind of have a better idea of what pitches are going to be coming at you.
And the 2-1 pitch is fouled back over our heads, bringing the count even at 2-2 now on Henkel. 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Nobody on base, and a 2-2 count coming to Henkel.
Yeah, we'll see what Young chooses to go with here on the 2-2 count.
As that pitch is popped up just over the fence here and into the crowd, bringing the count still at 2-2. Nice job battling here by Henkel.
Absolutely, able to just get a piece of that one, pop it up, and send that one over towards the folks over in the stands, but able to live to be able to get another pitch here.
as that pitch is flied out to the center fielder, and Condi has a beat on it. Nice play out there by Murray Condi for the second out of the inning here in the bottom of the third.
And the second time that it has been Condi that has made the out there. So two fly balls out there to center field that she's been able to make nice plays on.
And with 2 outs now here in the bottom of the third inning, the hitter at the plate will be the senior first baseman, Pua Tausaga Johnson, nicknamed Pua.
Pua. Yeah, definitely a little bit easier to say than than her actual full name, but we'll see what Johnson's able to do here.
As she fouls that one off over the right-hand side, Johnson popping up to the pitcher Young on the first pitch she saw her last time up.
Yeah, was swinging right away again. In this particular bat, definitely just wanted to jump on Young early, which, I mean, it's not a bad strategy. I mean, if you think you got a pitch that you want, you might as well swing at it. So, once again, just kind of going right after Young.
And the 0-1 coming now to Johnson from Young. And that pitch is swung on and blooped out to Beckstrom at short. A nice play there. And that is 3 outs here in the bottom of the third, but not before the Red Women get one back off the long homer off the bat of Dreamweaver. And as we head now to the 4th inning here on SF-17, it's 3-1 Dons over the Red Women.
Wild Mustangs. They're supposed to be one of the most gentle creatures in nature.
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments, there's one of these. That's why more people save money by combining their home and auto with State Farm.
Call State Farm agent Lance Wilson today.
MVP Sports is the #1 source for sporting goods in Spanish Fork. Football, soccer, all the fall sports, we've got you covered. Check out our new custom t-shirt builder. Design at home and we'll build it for you. MVP Sports, 72 North Main in Spanish Fork.
Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17. We are here in lovely Spanish Fork for this particular matchup against the Cedar City Red Women and, of course, our Spanish Fork Lady Dons. It is the game heading on into the championship game here for the 4A state playoffs, and it's been quite the interesting game here. Put up goose eggs for both sides here through this last inning through the third, but then 3 runs for the Dons and then a home run by Dreamweaver, and the score is now 3-1 in favor of the Lady Dons as now Briley Young steps up to the plate. She is going to rip that one foul. That's going to be a 0-1 count.
Yeah, Briley, the pitcher today for the Lady Dons, and definitely known more for her pitching, one of the dominant 2 pitchers on this staff, along with her counterpart, Jordan Bate. But she also can swing it behind the plate as well.
Absolutely, definitely can do her job as she sprays that one over towards second base, and it's going to be a close play over at first, and they are going to call her safe. Able to get the wheels going there, Briley Young, and that is going to be a single, and that's going to be a lead-off hit there for the Lady Dons.
Yeah, no real chance over at second base for Allie Meisner there as that ball blooped in there. And by the time she was able to field that one, Young so quick down the line, no real play there as she was able to beat that one out.
Yeah, definitely Young doing her job to be able to get on base to start off this inning, as now there's a runner on first with no outs, and it's going to be Amanda Mitchell, the first baseman for the Lady Dons, now up.
Amanda Mitchell led off the top of the third inning, last inning, and did a great job of getting that inning started with a single, coming around to score the first of the 3 runs for the Dons that inning.
Yeah, so, I mean, Amanda Mitchell's definitely one that's going to be capable of getting on base and being able to be another big part of, hopefully, another rally here for the Lady Dons, as there's going to be a conversation over here at first base.
Yeah, it looks like head coach Don Andrews and some of the staff for the Lady Dons are coming out, and they are putting a little bit of tape or some wrap on the runner Briley Young's arm as she was shoved or hit a little bit as she reached first base there. Don Andrews and the umpires are talking out there on whether it is legal for her to have that. Looks like a brace out there on her arm at the moment. There is talk about whether it is legal, and whether that will make her run faster, which really doesn't make much sense to me.
Yeah, kind of interesting, but yeah, definitely having quite an interesting conversation about that one, as it looks like they are indeed having her take it. It looks like they're having her take it off, and they're still kind of over there jawing about it.
And it looks like they're waving down some rules officials to come clarify the situation, as the batter Briley Young, excuse me, who just singled to lead off this top of the fourth inning as our Lady Dons lead 3-1 here. And conversation by the umpires out in the just short of right field area about whether it is legal for her to be able to wear this brace after getting shoved reaching first base.
Yeah, an interesting little respite here during the game. This has been kind of a lengthy break, just trying to get this all sorted out, and man, it's one of those ones where you're kind of digging deep into the rule book and trying to figure out, okay, what exactly is legal, what's not, and man, just kind of a bit of a crazy little break here in this game.
At this point, you almost wonder why they don't have a pinch runner coming in for the pitcher, giving her a little bit of a chance to rest. But early in the game here, Young still with plenty of energy, trying to keep her out there on first base with the running duties, as she's also quite quick on the base paths, as we saw a moment ago, beating out that base hit.
Yeah, they definitely want her to be on base because the wheels that she has, but again, kind of as you alluded to, it's almost like, is it really worth all this hassle? I mean, we've kind of just been sitting here dead for several minutes now, and it's like, well, is it really worth all of this hassle just for a brace, And so it's going to be one of those interesting decisions. But it looks like they are trying to keep her in. It's just deciding on whether the brace is good or not.
You see the athletic tape or some sort of material being used to wrap her hand there, as she will stay on first base and be allowed to use that. You wonder, though, as she is the pitcher today for the Lady Dons, whether she will be able to continue in the bottom of the fourth with that hand situation.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see what ends up happening there. So, I mean, obviously, wrapping up the pitching arm, that's the one that you definitely want to protect, and so I can understand that. But yeah, man, just kind of an interesting break, not one that's normal for folks here.
And as we head now to we are still in the top of the fourth inning with nobody out. It is 3-1, the Lady Dons lead, as a bunt is laid down off the bat of Amanda Mitchell. And a nice play by the third baseman, Amanda Carden, who has been busy over there today, throwing out Mitchell at first, but she does her job, laying the bunt down and moving Young over to second there.
Yep, doing what she's supposed to do there, just move the base runner along, and that's exactly what happens there. A nice piece of bunting there by Amanda Mitchell, and now it's going to bring up Condi.
And Marae Conde at the plate now, reaching on a bunt attempt last inning, as well as the first baseman Johnson was unable to hold on to the ball, and she was able to reach on the error as that pitch is grounded foul, bringing the count to 0-1 now on Condi.
Yeah, Condi, one of the ones that scored, as you just talked about there, Elliot, in the third, and so definitely another key back here with only one out, runner at second base. Definitely an opportunity here to put up another run on the scoreboard.
And that pitch is grounded over to the shortstop, Dreamweaver. And she is just out by half a step. And a throw over to second base keeps her close. And she will be coming home. And she is safe, avoiding the tag. A great slide there. And an absolute beauty, as the run is able to come around and score. And we are going to see a replay of that one, as she is able to come around and score all the way from second. I don't know what Johnson was thinking, trying to throw that ball over to second base. To Dreamweaver, throws it into the outfield, and on the play, the pinch runner Carter able to come all the way around and score for the Lady Dons.
Yeah, definitely an interesting play there to be able to. It's like, why are you even throwing it over to second? And then obviously nice set of wheels, and an even greater slide to be able to avoid that tag there at home.
And a strike two taken off the bat of Benson there, bringing the count to 0-2 on Benson here with 2 outs in the top of the fourth. 1 run already coming across for the Lady Dons as they lead 4-1 here over the Red Women. And a pitch just outside will bring the count to 1-2 on Benson.
Yeah, nice job by Benson to not chase that one. That was definitely one that's just outside and definitely would have been tempting to swing at, but nice patience there.
That pitch is fouled off, and Benson is able to stay alive.
And with this 1-2 count, just kind of keeping the swing nice and short, being able to protect the plate, doing anything you can to make contact on anything that's close.
As Benson drives that one out into the right center field gap, and she will be going for second base. And it was cut off by Meisner at second, making it so that a play was unable to be made over there at the bag. A little bit of miscommunication by Meisner and Dreamweaver out there.
Absolutely. I mean, we're not going to take anything away from what Trinity Benson just did. An absolute shot out there to the gap. But, yeah, a bit of miscommunication, as you were saying there. Like, I feel like they would have had a much better play at second base instead of cutting it off. Sean Bauman made a nice throw, and so definitely would have maybe potentially had a play there at second base, but kind of ended up taking it out of their hands there. But it is a nice double there for Trinity Benson.
Yeah, the throw definitely looked like it was going to be there in time, but like you said a moment ago, great piece of hitting by Benson. And again, a runner on second now with 2 outs and another RBI opportunity here for the Lady Dons as Mallory Barber, the dangerous leadoff hitter for this Dons team, steps up to the plate. As that pitch is driven out into left center field, and a nice play out there by Sage Oldroyd to end the inning, but not before the Lady Dons get 1 run on 2 hits. And as we head now to the bottom of the 4th inning, it is 4-1 Lady Dons over the Cedar City Red Women.
Yeah, definitely good to be able to see that one, like, get another run in there. But, man, unfortunate there for Barber. She absolutely crushed it, but it just kind of kept hanging up there and was able to be a good play for the left fielder.
Well, as we head now to the bottom of the 4th, 4-1, Dons over the Red Women. In the top of the 4th, as we mentioned a moment ago, 1 run on 2 hits, 1 runner left on base. And we'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors in today's game, the Tony Basso Auto Group, Dickerson Automotive, Lance Wilson State Farm, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Mikkel Christiansen Wise, Attorneys at Law, MVP Sports, Sporting Goods for all season, and 2 Jacks Pizza. And as we head now to the bottom of the 4th inning, the leadoff hitter will be the sophomore designated player, Kylie Oldroyd, who singled back in her first plate appearance today. As she swings on that first pitch and flies it out to center field again, Condi able to settle under it, and a nice play again by Marae Condi, who's been busy out there in the early going in this one.
God, there's been tons of flyouts out there to center field. A nice job there to get under that one, and a nice job also by Briley Young. Once again, 1 pitch, 1 out. Super effective, definitely doing her job out there on the mound.
And the batter will be Amanda Carden, the senior third baseman, who had a very interesting plate appearance last time up. We'll get into that in a minute, as that pitch is ball 1 upstairs on Carden. After Kylie Oldroyd singled to lead off the top of the 2nd, Carden attempted to lay down a very interesting bunt.
Yeah, that one was absolutely crazy.
As that ball is popped up over to the second baseman, and Aislinn Sharp settles under it for the 2nd out of the inning. Carden laid down that bunt, and it kind of just spun on the plate. It was picked up for a fair ball, and Oldroyd was able to be thrown out at second on the bunt attempt. Carden was able to reach on the fielder's choice her last time up, although an unsuccessful bat with the bunt not being able to move up the runner. And again, another unsuccessful at bat here, popping up to the second baseman Sharp, as ball 1 inside is thrown to the senior left fielder Sage Oldroyd, who has been very productive out there in left today.
Yeah, she has, definitely making tons of outs out there, hoping to make some noise here at the plate.
As she swings through that one for strike 1. Oldroyd is the older sister of the sophomore Kylie Oldroyd, who we saw 2 batters ago. The designated player in today's game, Oldroyd, playing left. Sage Oldroyd playing left. And a ground ball over to the pitcher, Briley Young, and a great play throwing it over to Amanda Mitchell at first. And a quick 1-2-3 inning here in the bottom of the fourth, and we are through 4 here on SF17. It is our Lady Dons 4, Red Women 1 here on SF17.
Need a new car or truck? The Car Guys has the best selection of used vehicles at the best prices in Spanish Fork. The Car Guys know their automobiles to get you the best car for your needs and your budget. The Car Guys at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork.
Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17. We are in Spanish Fork, and this game is the Spanish Fork Lady Dons against the Cedar City Redmen here on SF17 Sports. It is a beautiful day for softball, and it's been a nice tight game here in the state playoffs, as this is the game that's going to determine which of these teams is going to be heading over to the championship against Bear River. The score is currently 4-1 in favor of the Lady Dons, as now it is going to be Gabby Beckstrom digging in here to start off the top of the fifth. That is going to be strike one there to the senior shortstop.
Yeah, no surprise that this is a close game. Cedar City winning a game 2 days ago over the Dons 2-1 to end their 21-game win streak.
And that is going to be absolutely mashed, but it is also going to be absolutely foul, as that's going to not even up the count. My bad. That's going to move it on over to an 0-2 count for Gabby Beckstrom. Beckstrom grounded out in her first at-bat and flew out in her last at-bat, as that was going to be taken low and outside. And that's going to move it to 1 ball and 2 strikes. That was going to be gotten just a little bit of a piece of that one for Beckstrom. Head back towards the backstop, and that is going to keep the count here at 1-2.
Beckstrom is a .542 hitter on the year with 7 homers and 32 RBIs.
And that was going to be high and tight, and that's going to even up the count here to 2-2.
Amazingly, however, that .542 average is pretty standard here on this Lady Dons team.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. Here's that 2-2 pitch. That's going to be sent on over to the shortstop, Dreamweaver, who makes the throw on over there to first, and that's going to be the first out of the inning for the Red Women, as Gabby Beckstrom grounds out there to the shortstop.
And a lot of softball coaches dream of having a shortstop like Dreamweaver out there at short.
And you know that's right. That was a good, solid, fundamental play over there by Dreamweaver, and that now brings up the ever so dangerous Jordan Bate for the Lady Dons.
Bate is 0 for 2 on the day, flying out to left back in the third inning and grounding out to the pitcher in the first.
She's going to take that one for strike one.
But you would expect that that won't last, as it seems like every game that we do, Jordan Bate finds a way to get on base and get base hits.
Absolutely. She definitely is one of the premier hitters in this lineup, but she fouls that one away, and she is now in an 0-2 count here. And there's one out now in the fifth with Gabby Beckstrom grounding out to shortstop for the first at bat. Now Jordan Bate up here with an 0-2 count. She's going to rip that one right into center field, and that is going to be a single for Jordan Bate, as that is definitely what Jordan Bate does. All she does is basically get on base here for the Lady Dons.
And again, almost a very sloppy play by the Cedar City Red Women there. A very unnecessary throw from the center fielder, Denham Henkel, throwing it all the way to the first baseman, Johnson. And fortunately, she was able to make a nice pick on a one-hop there, or else that gets away, and Bate would have been able to move over to second.
And once again, kind of a bit of a, as you were saying there, a defensive miscue, as now it's going to be Briley Rudd up for the Lady Dons, and she's going to take that one on the outside corner for strike one.
Rudd and Bate, the real power duo on this team, combining for 39 home runs so far this season.
And that one is going to be ripped down the left field line there for...
Watch out, Travis, again.
Yeah, once again, Travis has got to be keeping his head on there. So that's an 0-2 count now. We've got one out here in the inning. It is the
top of the fifth inning here.
Brain fart there, folks. It's just one of those days for me. As it's top of the fifth, we've got a runner on first and an 0-2 count here to Rudd. sends that one out into the outfield. Center fielder calling everyone off and is able to catch that one. A nice play by Denham Hinkle. And that is going to keep Jordan Bate over there at first base, and that is the second out of the inning for the Lady Dons.
Yeah, Lady Dons leading 4-1 here in the top of the fifth. Scoring 3 runs in the top of the third, 1 more in the top of the fourth. The Red Women scoring 1 run in the bottom of the third on a homer off the bat of Dreamweaver, their only run today. And our Lady Dons have a nice, steady 4-1 lead here in the top of the fifth.
And that's going to be strike 1 there to Island Sharp.
And Aislinn Sharp.
Aislinn.
With the 0-1 count coming now.
Ow. Oh, that's not going to feel nice as that one is fouled into her helmet. It's going to sting a little bit.
Yeah, good thing she has a mask up there in softball. A lot of times these players wear masks that play with their helmet and able to avoid taking a ball to the face there because of it.
Absolutely. That's why you've got it there, is now it's going to be an 0-2 count here to Sharp. That was going to be just outside. So it's now moving the count on over to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
2 outs here in the top of the fifth. Jordan Bate on first, reaching on the single. The 1-2 coming now to Sharp.
And that is going to be ripped right down the line. And that is going to be gone as Sharp absolutely mashes that one, and it stays fair. And that is going to be a 2-run home run there for the Lady Dons, and that is going to move the score on over to 6-1 in favor of the Lady Dons as Sharp just absolutely mashes it, is now getting all sorts of high fives, runs through the tunnel there. And that is going to extend the lead there for the Lady Dons.
And off the bat, the only question was whether this ball was going to stay fair or not. It was absolutely crushed, and it was right down the line, able to stay just about 2 feet inside that left field line for a big 2-run homer with 2 outs here in the top of the fifth, and the Dons now extending their lead to 6-1 over the Red Women. And Aislinn Sharp has been one of the real premier hitters for this Lady Dons team so far in this tournament.
Yeah, Sharp definitely doing her job there with that 2-run blast, and now it brings up Briley Young. Again, the score is now 6-1 in favor of the Lady Dons over the Cedar City Red Women, and it is now 2 outs here, and that is going to be strike 1 there to Briley Young. Young grounded out to the third baseman in her first at bat and had a single in the fourth, as that one is sprayed foul over towards first base, and that is now going to be an 0-2 count to Briley Young.
A quick word on Aislinn Sharp. That is her 5th home run so far in this state tournament. So absolutely mashing the ball, and her 10th home run in the year. So congrats to her on getting to double-digit home runs now.
Yeah, definitely an awesome season there for Sharp, doing her job. And here comes that 0-2 pitch. So that is going to be lightly popped up behind the plate, as Briley Young is able to stay alive here in this at-bat.
Coming into the state tournament, Sharp only had 5 home runs all season, adding 5 more in the state tournament. So if there's an essence of clutch factor there, she defines clutch so far for the Dons here in this 4A state tournament.
Absolutely, she's been spectacular, as there is going to be a pitch upstairs, as Briley Young now works the count to 1-2.
Briley Young reaching on a single her last time up.
Now it is once again going to be popped up. This time it actually gets out over towards us, actually, is able to get that one back in. And once again, Briley Young staying alive in this one with this 1-2 count. Young's done a nice job on the mound as well, as she's only given up 1 run, and now she's hoping to help her cause here at the plate, maybe get on base and give the Lady Dons another potential opportunity to score in this inning. Again, there are 2 outs here, as that one is going to be low and outside. She's going to even up the count here to 2-2.
Yeah, nice pitch there by Mackenzie Waters, almost catching the corner there, but a good eye by Young, working the count even now.
Yeah, as you said, that one didn't miss by much, as here's that 2-2 pitch. Once again, that's going to be popped up, and this one is going to get out of play. Pua Johnson gives chase on that one, but it does head on out of play, and Briley Young just battling up there.
Lady Dons leading 6-1 in this one here in the top of the fifth. 2 outs and a 2-2 count now coming to Young. Lady Dons able to add to their lead a little bit here in the top of the fifth. 4-1 coming into the inning, but a single off the bat of Bate and a big 2-run blast off the bat of Sharp was able to extend the lead to 6-1 here.
That one is going to be in the dirt, and Briley Young has worked her way into a nice full count here. In full count, 2 outs here in the top of the fifth, and here comes that payoff pitch. And that is going to be mashed out into right field. And the right fielder is going to make a misplay on that one, and it is going to go over the fence for one of the wackier home runs you will see, folks, as that ball is hit by Briley Young out in right field. It bounces off of Sean Bauman's glove, and she is going to run through the tunnel as well, as that is the second homer of this inning for the Lady Dons, and that moves the score on over to 7-1 in favor of the Lady Dons.
And take another look at this one. It was not going to go over the fence. It was going to come up just short, probably be a double off of the wall, but assisted off the glove of the right fielder, Sean Bauman, as that ball bounces over the wall, and that is the third home run on the year now for Briley Young.
Man, what an absolutely wacky play. You remember Jose Canseco back in the day where it bounced off his head. This one feeling just about as weird. An unfortunate ending to Kenzie Waters' day, as they are bringing in a new pitcher, getting her all warmed up. But just to kind of recap here, the score is 7-1 in favor of the Lady Dons. 2 home runs in this particular inning, one by Sharp and one by Young. And, man, it has been an absolute offensive onslaught here now for the Lady Dons.
Yeah, back-to-back home runs for the Lady Dons in a little bit of unusual fashion. Neither one a sure thing off the bat. Aislinn Sharp ripping a 2-run blast down the left field line that was able to stay fair by just about 2 feet inside that line. And with 2 outs, a really big rally here for the Dons, who have extended their lead from 4-1 to 7-1 with the 2-run homer by Sharp. And then a little bit of an interesting homer. Reminds me of the Jose Canseco bounce off the top of his head over the fence for a home run in the MLB a good 15, 20 years ago.
And that one is also going to be ripped, but this one out to center field as the center fielder dives for it, but unfortunately Hinkle is not able to come up with it, as that is going to be a single for Amanda Mitchell. Seeing that first pitch and just rips it out into center field, and there's another base runner for the Lady Dons.
Yeah, Henkel almost able to make a nice diving play there. Initially she had it in her glove, but squirted out at just the last minute, and Mitchell able to reach base for the second time today. The pitcher on the mound for Cedar City.
Oh, man, and that is going to be ripped in between the shortstop and third baseman, as Murray Condi now gets two runners here with 2 outs in the top of the fifth here, as that moves Mitchell on over to second base, and that is going to be the 4th straight hit here for the Lady Dons.
Yeah, with 2 outs, Sharp with the homer, then Young with the homer, and then Amanda Mitchell and Condi with back-to-back singles, as there are runners on first and second now. They're moving so quickly I can't even announce this new pitcher. The new pitcher for the Red Women today is the senior Brighton Holyoke.
So Brighton is in there now as she's working a 1-0 count here to Trinity Benson, who takes that one on the outside corner, and that's going to even up the count to 1-1. And taking a bit of a timeout here. The center fielder Henkel's getting kind of stretched out there, making sure that she's good after she made that attempt at a diving catch, just making sure that she's okay out there, kind of moving things around, stretching out.
And the pitcher, Holyoke, a little update on her. In 13 games this year, she has a 3.17 ERA in 59 2/3 innings of work, with 49 strikeouts and 28 walks, as that pitch is low and in the dirt there.
And that's now going to be a 2-1 count to Trinity Benson. Nice play there by the catcher to make sure that the runners don't advance on that one. And here's that 2-1. And that is going to be way up there. And she's going to be awarded the bases. That is now going to load the bases up here with 2 outs in the top of the fifth, as the Dons continue to keep this rally going.
Yeah, it looks like it may have just clipped her on the helmet if it did hit her. I couldn't quite tell there, but The umpire awarding her first base, and Mitchell moving over to third. Condi now over to second. Benson on first, and the bases are loaded here with 2 outs in the top of the 5th with 3 runs already across. And our Lady Dons leading 7-1 now.
Yeah, definitely doing a great job, as that's going to be an 0-1 count now to the leadoff hitter, Mallory Barber.
Barber, the 9th hitter to come to the plate so far in this half inning.
And that one's going to be popped up down the line, and once again a diving attempt there by Sean Bauman, but unfortunately for the Red Women, unable to come up with that one, and that's going to move the count to 0-2 for Mallory Barber.
Yeah, that would have been a really, really nice play out there by Bauman. Unfortunately for her, just a step or two late in getting over there, and Barber's still alive here with the 1-1 count coming.
Yeah, we'll see what she's able to do here. Again, the bases are loaded, folks. That one's going to be taken upstairs. It's a 1-2 count here to Mallory Barber in the top of the 5th. The bases are loaded as the Dons have put together a nice rally here in this inning. Barber's going to foul that one off. Able to stay alive here in this particular bat, a 1-2 count.
Barber is 1 for 3 on the day with a single coming back in the 3rd inning today. And a big opportunity here to drive in a couple more with the bases loaded.
That one is going to be skipped on in there, and that is going to be ball 2, moving the count to even. 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Mallory Barber. Barber, a .625 hitter on the season. That is just absolutely insane. So certainly someone that can do something here as she shoots that one over to Dreamweaver, who makes the play over there at second base to end the rally there, but not before some absolute damage is done in this inning with a 2-run blast by Aislinn Sharp and a solo blast there by Briley Young, as the score is now 7-1, the Lady Dons over the Cedar City Red Women. We'll take this time to go ahead and thank our fantastic sponsors, the Tony Basso Auto Group, Dickerson Automotive, Lance Wilson State Farm, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, McKelkers Jansen Wise, Attorneys at Law, MVP Sports Sporting Goods for all seasons, and 2 Jack's Pizza.
And we would like to remind you that you can watch this game on youtube.com/SpanishFork17. Get all your friends and family out watching this one as the Dons are up 7-1 over the Cedar City Red Women here in a game where if the Dons can hold on and win this one, they'll advance to the championship game at 1:30 this afternoon against the Bear River Bears. The Bear River Bears are in the winners bracket, so the Dons will have to win 2 consecutive games against them to win a 4th consecutive state championship. But we will be here all day until the Dons either win the championship or fall. But 1:30 we'll have that first championship game, and should the Dons win that one, 20 minutes after that game is over, probably around 3:30 this afternoon, we will have the win it for all and everything, the championship game.
For all the marbles, you know, definitely for all those. So yeah, stay tuned on YouTube, guys. Get your friends texting and get that all going. So that is going to be a first pitch strike to Sean Bauman, the right fielder for the Red Women. That one's going to be upstairs. Bauman works the count to even, 1-1.
The Red Women in desperate need of an answer here in the bottom half after giving up 3 more runs to the Lady Dons in the top of the 5th.
That one's going to be in the dirt, as that is now going to be a 2-1 count here to Sean Bauman. Bauman singled in the 2nd inning in her first at bat. See what she's able to do here in her second plate appearance, as that one could be dribbled on over to third base, as Barber's able to make a very, very nice play over there, ranging on over, and gets the first out of the inning here for the Lady Dons.
Yeah, Barber really brings a lot of senior leadership to this team. And as you see, really, really solid with the glove. Rarely do you see her make an error over there at third.
Definitely sure-handed over there. Definitely a boon for the Lady Dons, as now it's going to be the number 9 hitter, Abby Anderson, that digs in for the Red Women, as that one's going to be taken inside for ball 1. Anderson is the lone strikeout victim in this game, as she went down on strikes in the 2nd. That one is going to be popped up, but it is going to be camped under there by Amanda Mitchell, and that is going to be out number 2.
Yeah, relatively routine play for Mitchell over there. fouling out just over the first base line as Abby Anderson goes down for the second time today, and 2 quick outs for Briley Young here, who looks absolutely dominant on the mound and can really pitch with confidence now that her team has a much bigger lead.
As that is going to be strike one on in there to Allie Meisner, the leadoff hitter for the Red Women. As, yeah, Briley Young is just kind of cruising right through this thing as we are in the bottom of the 5th and 2 outs, and that's going to be swung right on through. Another nice pitch by Young, and that's going to put Allie Meisner in an 0-2 hole.
Also Young getting that fortunate break, hitting the homer last inning as it bounced off the right fielder's glove over the fence. So you wonder if that gives her a little extra confidence.
Ooh, a little Olay action there for the umpires. That one is laced just fell down the left field line there. But yeah, nice little dance moves over there by the umpire to avoid getting hit by that one.
Yeah, left field line has been a little bit dangerous out there today. Travis, our cameraman, having to get out of the way of 2 or 3 balls already. The umpire having to get out of the way of that one.
That one's going to be sent into the gap out there between left and center, and that is going to be out of the ballpark as that one sneaks on over the fence for Allie Meisner, and that is going to now bring the score to 7-2, as that is going to be a little bit of an answer there for the Red Women in this inning against Briley Young.
Yeah, it's a start for the Red Women. As you can see, they're not too excited yet, but there is a little bit of emotion and noise now coming from the Red Women dugout, as with 2 outs here, Meisner able to just drive that one deep out to left center, and initially it didn't look like it was going to quite make it over the fence, but barely just made it over for the home run for Meisner.
Yeah, it kind of looked for a second there that Condi and Benson maybe had a potential beat on it, but instead it sneaks on over the fence.
And the 5th home run on the year for Meisner.
That was going to be low and outside there to Dream Weaver, the shortstop for the Red Women. Here comes that 1-0 pitch. As that one is going to be nicely placed by Young for strike one.
Weaver homering back in the 3rd inning, the other run today for this Red Women team. And as we mentioned, this 1-2 duo, the senior leadership at the top of the lineup, really bringing some pop.
That one's going to be in the dirt there as the count now moves to 2 balls and 1 strike for Dream Weaver. Kind of an interesting situation here with all of the runs that the Red Women have scored have been on solo shots. That one is going to be laced high up into center field, and Condi is able to make camp under that one, and that is going to be out number 3, and that is going to end the 5th inning, but not before another solo shot for the Red Women off the bat of Allie Meisner moves the score on over to 7 for the Spanish Fork Lady Dons and 2 for the Cedar City Red Women as we head on over to the 6th inning on Spanish Fork 17.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
Nobody plans on getting in an accident, but if it does happen, you can rely on the expertise of Mike McKell to protect and fight for your rights. Specializing in personal injury law, Mike McKell is the attorney you need. Contact Mike at McKell, Christiansen, and Wise.
And welcome back here on Spanish Fork 17. It is 7-2. Our Lady Dons lead the Cedar City Red Women here in this elimination game of the 2018 Utah High School 4A State Tournament. The winner of this one playing the Bear River Bears in the championship game at 1:30 this afternoon. And a leadoff pitch, a single up the middle off the bat of Gabby Beckstrom, the shortstop, who is having a nice day today for the Dons as she gets the party started here in the top of the 6th.
Yeah, definitely just like that first pitch and absolutely smokes it out to center field. So once again, another leadoff hitter, a leadoff base runner here in the top of the 6th here for the Lady Dons.
Yeah, Beckstrom has played really well on the defensive side of things today, but with her first hit of the day there as Bate fouls that one back. Bate 1 for 3 on the day, singling back in the 5th and coming around to score.
Yeah, she was the one that scored as well on the 2-run bomb by Island Sharp.
And the 0-1 coming now to Bate. as that pitch is outside, bringing the count to 1-1 now. Beckstrom on first with no outs here in the top of the sixth. The Lady Dons leading 7-2. Most of their runs coming in two beginnings, 3 in the top of the third, 3 in the top of the fifth, 1 coming in the fourth as that pitch is inside for ball 2, and a nice job by the catcher, Abby Anderson, there blocking that one and coming up quickly and holding Beckstrom on first base.
Absolutely great play there by Anderson to be able to kind of keep that one close and also make sure that Beckstrom wasn't going to be able to advance on that one.
And that ball is outside, bringing the count to 3-1 now on Bate, who's worked herself into a nice hitter's count here.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful count here. The RBI producer here for the Lady Dons in a nice favorable count to do some damage.
She swings and fouls that one off just down the first base line, bringing the count full now on Bate. Bate pitched a very nice game yesterday in the second game against the Tooele Buffaloes, a team that was ranked number 2 in the state of Utah, coming into the game at 25-2-1, an absolute force to be reckoned with, and she shut them down for much of that game as that pitch is ball 4, and that will allow Beckstrom to move over to second as Bate works a no-out walk here in the top of the sixth.
Yeah, nice job there by Bate. Didn't necessarily, get to bring in a run, but definitely a good productive at-bat there, being able to draw the walk, and now you've got 2 base runners here for another RBI producer in Rudd.
And Briley Rudd takes ball 1 outside, a great opportunity for her here to really break this game open.
Absolutely. With one swing in the back here, Rudd could do some immense damage.
As she fouls that one off over the left-hand side, bringing the count even at 1-1 now. Rudd is 1 for 3 on the day with a single coming back in the third inning.
Yeah, Rudd a .533 hitter on the season with 20 home runs, so definitely one that has that pop in the bat.
As ball 1 is low and outside, bringing the count to 2-1 on Rudd. The pitcher Holyoke will have to be very careful here, as that ball is ripped through the left side for a base hit, and that will allow a run to come in and score. Beckstrom coming around from second on the base hit as Bate moves over to second, and Rudd picks up another RBI as the Dons now lead 8-2 here in the top of the sixth.
Yeah, Rudd doing her job as the cleanup hitter. That is your primary focus, is to be able to make sure that you get those runners on base in. And so a nice piece of hitting there to shoot it in between the shortstop and third baseman. A nice bit of running there by Beckstrom as well to make sure to score on that one.
The 51st RBI on the year for Rudd. A very, very impressive number here in high school softball, as ball 1 is outside to the junior second baseman, Aislinn Sharp. And ball 2 to Sharp now. As we mentioned last time up, she hit a home run, a big 2-run shot down the left field line, and you could argue that she's been the most productive hitter for the Lady Dons so far in this state tournament, as again she singles through the left-hand side, and a run will come in and score as Bate is able to come around from second. Rudd is moving over to second base, and Sharp with the base hit.
Man, it almost like put the previous play on replay on that one, hitting the same gap. The only difference there being that Bate had to kind of jump over the shortstop there in order to be able to keep advancing, but she also got on her wheels and made sure to score on that one.
Yeah, Bate had to do a little bit of a dance there as she was running around from second to home. Ball almost hit her. If it hits you when you're running the bases, you are automatically out, able to dodge that ball and then run on home and score. 2 runs already in the inning on 3 hits and a walk. Sharp is on first, Rudd is on second, and the junior pitcher, Briley Young, will be stepping to the plate, who is 2 for 3 on the day and also homered in her last plate appearance, as the Lady Dons now lead 9-2 here in the top of the sixth. No outs and a couple runners on base.
Yeah, it's definitely been a great rally here for the Lady Dons. They've been very, very productive in the innings that they have been scoring, and as this has been an absolute hitting parade here, in the sixth inning, as it's been Beckstrom, Bate, Rudd, Sharp. They're all just lacing these balls, and so the Lady Dons definitely seeing the ball well in this game.
And the left fielder, Sage Oldroyd, will be taking over on the mound. The pitcher will be heading out to left field, Holyoke. So a little bit of a switch there as they switch places. And the senior Sage Oldroyd now has an opportunity on the mound to deal with the Dons hitters as she throws strike one to Young there on the fastball.
Yeah, probably a good idea to bring in the senior pitcher there. Obviously, Holyoke was a senior as well, but definitely keep him with the experience here on the mound.
As that pitch is in there for strike two, a nice changeup bringing the count to 0-2 on Young. Oldroyd on the year in 3 appearances, so not a ton of work.
Not a ton of appearances.
Does have a .64 ERA. As that pitch is up for ball one, good for the lowest ERA of anyone on this Red women's staff.
That's kind of interesting then that maybe she's only had 3 appearances as she's been a quality pitcher for him.
As that pitch is swung on and fouled back. As we mentioned, she has not had a ton of work this year, only 11 innings pitched, but only giving up 1 earned run while striking out 16 batters and only walking 2. And make it 17 strikeouts to only 2 walks as she looks absolutely dominant in that first batter, striking Young out looking for the first out of the inning here in the top of the 6th.
That was probably the best at bat, I guess, for the pitchers of the Red Women. That was really effective.
As that pitch is blooped down the right field line, and a nice hit by Amanda Mitchell, as that will allow Rudd to come around and score. Sharp moves over to third, and a great piece of hitting off the bat of Mitchell here with 1 out in the 6th.
Yeah, fantastic hitting there. Able to send it the other way, which is what you want to do in that particular situation, as it allows the runner from first, Sharp, able to move on over to third on that one because it is hit over there into right field. So, yeah, Mitchell doing exactly what she was supposed to do there.
10-2 now, the Lady Dons lead in the top of the 6th, as that pitch is ball 1 outside to the junior center fielder, Murray Condi. 3 runs are already in so far in the inning. Sharp on third as that bunt is laid down, and it is fair. A nice play over at first base, but a successful bunt off the bat of Murray Condi as Sharp is able to come in and score. Mitchell is able to move over to second, so a very productive out for the Lady Dons here as they take an 11-2 lead now here in the top of the 6th.
Yeah, Condi definitely doing her job. They're just lacing that perfectly down the line and making it so there wasn't going to be a play at home.
And a strike 1 pitch to Trinity Benson here with 2 outs and a runner on second. And Benson takes that outside, bringing the count to 2-0 now. Benson has reached base in all 3 of her plate appearances today.
No slouch there in the number 9 spot.
As she fouls that one back, bringing the count even now at 2-2. It is 11-2 here in the top of the 6th inning. 4 runs already across so far in the inning for the Lady Dons. Amanda Mitchell on second base and Trinity Benson at the plate as the Dons are looking for more here.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, got a runner there in scoring position at second, and so obviously they would love to be able to keep this rally going, be able to capitalize on the runner there in scoring position. And Trinity Benson has had herself quite the game here, being able to get on base, as you said, every single time with a single, a double, a hit by pitch, and so definitely an opportunity here for the Dons.
And a little bit of an interesting decision here to change the runner mid-batter, but we have a pinch runner out there on second base now with a 2-2 count for the Lady Dons, as it looks like we have Brooke Carter going out, excuse me, not Brooke Carter, Julia Holt going out to do the pinch running duties here now. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. And that should end the inning here. The Red Women taking a little bit of time to run off the field. Unsure, like they didn't know if there was 3 outs. They'd been out there for so long. had taken a while for them to get those 3 outs.
Absolutely, just kind of lost track of things. But yeah, 2 strikeouts there and the sack bunt, so definitely moves on over to 3 outs.
And in the top of the 6th inning for the Lady Dons, 4 runs on 4 hits, 1 runner left on base, and it is 11-2 Lady Dons over the Red Women. The Red Women, as we head now to the bottom of the 6th inning, we'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors for today's game, the Tony Basso Auto Group, Dickerson Automotive, Lance Wilson State Farm, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, McKell, Christiansen Wise, Attorneys at Law, MVP Sports, Sporting Goods for all seasons, and 2 Jack's Pizza.
Yeah, as we're heading on over here to the bottom of the 6th inning, we've got Briley Young once again on the mound here in this 11-2 game for the Lady Dons. Briley Young has been very impressive in this game. Other than the 2 solo shots by the Red Women, she's really been able to just lock down the Red Women offense and has done a great job to kind of keep the distance there between the Lady Dons and the Red Women of Cedar City.
And as we head now to the bottom of the 6th, the 3, 4, 5 hitters for the Red Women will be coming up to the plate in Denham Henkel, Puatausaga Johnson, and Kylie Oldroyd. And that pitch is quickly swung on and absolutely mashed out to left center field. See you later. And Denham Henkel with the solo blast out to left center. And it is 11-3 now. The Red Women with their 3rd solo home run today.
Yeah, it's been the Achilles heel, I guess, for Briley Young on the mound has been the long ball, as that is the 3rd solo shot of the game. And that one was, oh, mercy, that one was absolutely mashed by Denham Henkel. Absolutely crushed out to center field. That one was a no-doubter.
The sophomore Henkel leads the team in home runs on the year as she has 13 now after that latest blast. And the top of the lineup, the 1, 2, 3 hitters of Meisner, Weaver, and Henkel have each hit a solo home run so far today. Unfortunately for the Red Women, unable to get runners on base when these blasts are coming, hence only being able to score 3 runs so far in this one.
And very fortunate for the Lady Dons.
As that pitch is a strike to the senior first baseman Johnson. Johnson 0 for 2 on the day with a couple of infield pop-outs.
Yeah, Briley Young doing a good job of attacking Johnson, who's actually also been the one attacking. She's usually been cutting on the first pitch.
That pitch is low for ball 1. Six hits allowed today by Briley Young. 3 singles. None of those turned into any harm, and 3 solo home runs. The 3 runs today so far as Condi is able to settle under that one out in center field for the first out of the inning here in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, as we've been talking about, it's been a busy day out there for Condi. A lot of fly balls out there to center field, but she's doing a great job of tracking them all down and being a key part of this Lady Dons defense.
Yeah, the 5th put out so far by Condi through 5 1/3. As that pitch is in there for strike 1 to the sophomore designated player, Kylie Oldroyd. That is low and in the dirt. And it gets by the catcher Rudd, but no harm as no one is on base, bringing the count to 1-1 now.
Yep, nothing doing there. Obviously, you don't want to see one squirt past you, but no harm there since no one is on base.
As that pitch is up and away, bringing the count to 2-1 now on Oldroyd.
Oldroyd 1 for 2 on the game. She singled there in the 2nd inning and flew out to center in the 4th.
And that is ball 3 to Oldroyd now. One of the few hitters today that has been able to work the count to 3 balls, as Young has really seemed in control and did a good job of working ahead early in the count.
Yeah, it's really been a key to her success, is just getting those early strikes and kind of establishing her dominance early in at-bats.
As that pitch is popped up over to the right side, and Aislinn Sharp calls it. And she makes a nice play there for the 2nd out of the inning. Very routine play, but a good one nonetheless.
Yeah, it still can be kind of dangerous. Again, when it's an infield pop-up, you kind of just assume that it's going to be a fairly easy play. But, I mean, it still can be kind of hard to track down. So a nice job there by Sharp to just go ahead and get the out there.
A very sunny day here at the sports complex in Spanish Fork, so fighting off the sun on those fly balls can be quite a challenge, as ball one in the dirt to the senior third baseman, Amanda Carden. Carden is 0 for 2 on the day. And they pitch again outside, bringing the count to a 2-0 now.
Yeah, Carden reached on that crazy fielder's choice in the second inning where the ball just kind of spun there on home plate.
That pitch is inside, bringing the count to 3-0. The first 3-0 count of today's game.
Yeah, a little bit erratic in this inning for Briley Young, as the 3 balls against Oldroyd, now 3 on Carden.
And that is the first walk issued today by Young, who has had great control up to this point, and with 2 outs, no damage done yet, as the Lady Dons are an out away of getting out of this 6th inning here.
Yeah, so 4 straight balls there to Amanda Carden, so it's going to be key here for Briley Young to establish the strike zone here against Sage Oldroyd.
The pitch is swung on and fouled back. Oldroyd took over as the pitcher in the top of the 6th inning and was able to get out of that jam. As she swings and grounds that one over to Briley Young at first. A smooth throw over to Amanda Mitchell at first base. And that will end the inning here in the 6th. And as we head now to the 7th inning here on SF-17, it is 11-3 Dons over the Red Women here on SF-17.
We have 1 run on 1 hit and 1 left on base.
Hi, welcome to Two Jacks Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to Two Jacks Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork, or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17 in this beautiful day in Spanish Fork, Utah. We are giving you the Spanish Fork Lady Dons versus the Cedar City Red Women. This is the play-in game for the championship of the 4A State Softball Championship. The winner of this game will head on to play the Bear River Bears in the championship game. They will need to win 2 as Bear River is the one that's coming in from the winner's bracket. The score is 11-3 in favor of the Lady Dons, as Mallory Barber takes that one low for ball 1. And that one's going to be ripped right past the third baseman, Amanda Carden, and that is going to be a leadoff single for the leadoff hitter for the Dons, Mallory Barber.
And 4 of the past 5 innings, the Lady Dons have been able to get that first runner on base. And no surprise, in each of the last 4 innings, the Dons have been able to put up some runs.
That's definitely a key to success, as Gabby Beckstrom now digs in there, and that one's going to be taken outside for ball 1.
After no runs were able to come across in the first and second innings, and what looked like was going to be a very low-scoring game today, 0-0 after 2. Dons scoring 3 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, 3 in the 5th, 4 more in the 6th. Just an absolute offensive onslaught here in the last few innings.
Yeah, it's really been clicking for the Dons, as that one was swung on by Gabby Beckstrom. So the count is now 1-1. As that one is going to find the outside part of the plate, and Gabby Beckstrom is now working on a 1-2 count. Again, the pitcher for the Red Women is Sage Oldroyd, who struck out 2 in the previous inning, as that one is going to be taken upstairs and evens up the count for Gabby Beckstrom, 2-2. That one's going to be swung on through, and that is going to be strikeout number 3 for Sage Oldroyd, who has come in and just thrown absolute gas here against the Lady Dons.
Yeah. Oldroyd has been really impressive since coming into the game, only giving up 1 single down the right field line off the bat of Amanda Mitchell, but other than that has been really impressive on the mound.
That's going to be strike one to Jordan Bate.
Excuse me, 2 singles off the bat of Mallory Barber to lead off this inning as well. But the strikeout has also become a factor after her entering into the game.
Absolutely, and that is going to be another strike there to Jordan Bate, and now Bate finds herself in an 0-2 hole. Oldroyd doing a great job of really jumping out in front of these hitters and working in nice, favorable pitching counts. That one's going to be upstairs for ball 1. Jordan Bate now 1-2.
Bate on the game so far is 1 for 3 with a walk. She was able to come around and score in both the 5th and 6th innings.
Another one upstairs. He evens the count up to 2-2. Again, we've got Mallory Barber over there at first base. A 2-2 count here to Jordan Bate in the top of the 7th with 1 out. She's going to lace that one out to left field. That is going to be a nice play there by Brighton Holyoke, getting the nice catch there, and that is now going to be 2 outs here in the inning for the Lady Dons.
Catching number 10, Riley Rudd.
Yeah, remember that Brighton Holyoke was the previous pitcher, and she just swapped places with Sage Oldroyd. It is going to be Riley Rudd that digs in here for the Lady Dons. That one's going to be low in the dirt and squirts away from Abby Anderson, and that is going to move Mallory Barber on over to second base.
And a good RBI opportunity now for the junior Rudd to extend what is already an impressive 11-3 lead here in the 7th.
There's that 1-0 pitch, and that one's going to be outside as Rudd's now worked the count to 2 balls and no strikes.
Barber singling to lead off this inning, moving over to second on that wild pitch a moment ago.
And that one's going to be taken upstairs as Bradley Rudd has worked the count now to 3 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, first base open right here, and Rudd a very dangerous hitter.
And that one's going to be taken for ball 4 just a bit upstairs as Bradley Rudd takes the free pass, and now you've got runners on first and second with Barber over there on second base, and that brings up Sharp, who is one of the ones that hit home run in this game.
And Sharp 2 for 2 on the day, single last inning coming around to score, and a big 2-run home run coming back in the 5th inning. And runners on first and second now.
Again, Sage Oldroyd on the mound for the Red Women as here comes the pitch, and that is going to be fouled back by Sharp. It's going to be an 0-1 count here to her in the top of the 7th. Again, there are 2 outs in the inning. We've got runners on first and second.
We have a pinch runner on first base now for Rudd as Maddie Tracy is over there at first as that ball is lined out into the gap.
Beautiful piece of hitting there as that is going to be scoring run. That is going to be an RBI double for Sharp, who has been sharp in this particular game.
Yeah, Sharp on second now. Maddie Tracy moving over to third, just coming into the game as the pinch runner. And on the play, Barber coming around to score the first run of the inning here in the top of the 7th, extending the Lady Dons lead to 12-3 now.
Good things happen when you get that leadoff hitter on. As that one is going to hit Briley Young, and that is going to now load the bases up here in the top of the 7th with 2 outs, and definitely now even more of a dangerous situation here for Oldroyd.
Yeah, after giving up that leadoff single, able to work back-to-back outs, and look like she might be able to have a smooth inning here, but Rudd, Sharp, and Young were having none of that, each working nice at-bats, and a run has already been able to come in as the bases are now loaded.
Yeah, great RBI opportunity here for Amanda Mitchell. She's going to swing at that one, and another nice little dance move there for the third base coach, as it has been an active foul territory over there on the left side of things.
Yeah, Don Andrews doing a nice job of getting out of the way there.
Going to move the count to 0-1 there for Amanda Mitchell. Again, the bases are loaded here in the top of the 7th. We've got 2 outs, and a dangerous situation here for the Red Women as that one is taken upstairs and evens up the count to Amanda Mitchell 1-1.
Mitchell is 3 for 3 on the day. with 3 singles, did come across a score run, and also has a successful sack bunt as that one gets away, but bounces off the pole back nicely as no runs are able to come in and score.
Yeah, definitely a fortunate bounce there for the Red Women as that hits the pole basically right in front of our faces, and so it was a fun little moment there for us as well as the count now moves over to 2-1 on Amanda Mitchell. As that one is going to be high and tight as Mitchell has worked herself into a nice hitter's count here. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, as a hitter, this is what you dream of. The pitcher has to throw you a strike or else she's going to walk in a run, so you either take it and get an RBI or drive one hard somewhere.
Instead, she does take a nice, good cut at that one, but bloops it out of play, and that's going to move the count to full. Again, a potentially good situation here for the Dons. That one's taken outside, and that is going to be ball 4, and that is going to score the runner from third as the bases are going to be still loaded here with the bases loaded walk by Amanda Mitchell.
Yeah, 2 runs now in the inning as the pinch runner, Maddie Tracy, who is running for Rudd, able to come in and score there, and it is now 13-3. The Lady Dons now up 10 here in the 7th.
Brings up Condi. Takes a nice healthy cut. Pops that one to the backstop, and that is going to be an 0-1 count. And the score is 13-3 in favor of the Lady Dons. They now have a 10-run lead on the Red Women of Cedar City. You've got runners on every base. The bases are loaded sharp at third, Young at second, and Mitchell at first. As that is going to be sprayed on over to first base. A nice play there by Johnson to end the inning for the Red Women, but not before more damage is done here by the Lady Dons, as the score is now, as we've said, 13-3 in favor of the Lady Dons, heading on over into the bottom half of this inning. And we'd like to take a moment here to be able to thank our fantastic sponsors, the Tony Basso Auto Group, Dickerson Automotive, Lance Wilson State Farm, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Mikkel Christiansen Wise, Attorneys at Law, MVP Sports, Sporting Goods for all seasons, and 2 Jack's Pizza.
And in the top of the 7th inning for the Lady Dons, 2 runs on 2 hits, 3 runners left on base. They were able to draw a couple walks and had a hit by pitch that inning, so a very productive inning for the Lady Dons. And the Red Women lucky to get out of a jam there and avoid more trouble, but still a large deficit coming now to the bottom of the 7th.
Very large deficit. It's going to be a bit of a hard one to be able to get back into this one. We've certainly seen crazier things happen, but with a 10-run lead, Briley Young back on the mound there for the Lady Dons, hoping to be able to just close the door here on the Red Women and be able to move on to the championship against Bear River.
Yeah, a reminder that the championship game will start at approximately 1:30 against the Bear River Bears, and assuming that our Lady Dons can get 3 outs here and hold on to this 13-3 lead, they will be playing in that championship game at 1:30. If they win that one, they will have another game at 3:30 for all of the marbles and a shot to win a 4th straight softball state title.
As things had started off in this inning with a ball to Sean Bauman, the right fielder for the Red Women, as she takes that one outside and moves the count to 2-0. Bauman is 1 for 2 on the game, but the single in the 2nd, and she grounded out to the 3rd baseman in the 5th inning. As that one is also going to be taken for a ball, and that is once again another 3-0 count here for Briley Young.
Yeah, in the first 5 innings of this game, 1 3-ball count. Last inning 2, and 1 already this inning as well.
Making another walk as that one misses as Bauman showed bunt, but pulled it back, and that is going to be the leadoff runner is now on base there for the Red Women.
You wonder if Young is getting a little bit tired here in the 7th inning, having pitched a very impressive game so far, 6 innings, and only allowing 3 runs on 3 solo homers.
And that one is going to be low there for ball 1. Is just as you were saying there, Elliot, really, other than those solo shots, she has been very impressive in this game, as it is now a 1-0 count here to the number 9 hitter, Abby Anderson. That one is going to be taken inside, and that is going to be a 2-0 count, and that's going to be 6 straight balls that she's thrown in this inning. And here comes that 2-0 pitch showing bunt, pulls it back, and that is going to be right down the pipe there as Abby Anderson takes strike 1, moving the count to 2-1.
Yeah, 9-hitter Anderson at the plate today, 0 for 2, and not necessarily a great hitter. Definitely just want to throw strikes here with a huge lead.
That is going to be sprayed out into the shallow right field, and that is going to be a single for Abby Anderson, and it moves Sean Bauman over to second base, as now there's going to be 2 base runners here in the bottom of the 7th for the Cedar City Red Women.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting there by Anderson, getting her first hit of the day on that single out to right. And the Red Women have a couple runners on base here with nobody out.
And if they're going to cut into this 10-run deficit, this is the way to do it. You just got to get as many runners on base as possible, as that brings up the top of the order here in Allie Meisner. As that is going to be worked right on in there for strike 1 to Meisner. Meisner, one of the hitters that had one of those solo shots. She hit her home run back in the 5th inning. That one is going to be low, and that's going to even up the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. So we're going to get a conference here on the mound.
And Don Andrews going down to settle down his pitcher a little, who has pitched very well today, but struggling a little bit in these last 2 innings with her control. But you expect that she'll be able to settle down and just kind of finish this one out.
Yeah, you would definitely think so. So this is more just a, hey, just get the ball over the plate. You don't need to do anything fancy here. You got a 10-run lead. Just go ahead and let these hitters do their thing. You let them hit the ball into play, and we'll make outs. So hopefully Briley Young is able to get the finish here, be able to get the complete game.
Yeah, huge lead here, so no need to mess around or do anything fancy here. Just focus on throwing strikes. Let the defense make plays behind you, and advance into that championship game later this afternoon.
So here's the 1-1 pitch to Meisner, as that one is going to be worked right on in there. Looks like the conference may have worked there, as that now moves the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes against Meisner. Then runners on first and second here in the bottom of the 7th for the Red Women. And that is going to be ripped foul there by Meisner as she stays alive in this particular bat. The count is still 1-2. It's been the top of the order that has done the damage for the Red Women, with Meisner, Weaver, and Hinkle all being the ones that have gotten the solo shots. As that one is absolutely laced and hits the fence over by the Red Women dugout. So Meisner once again staying alive in this one, with the count being 1-2.
Briley on the day has not had necessarily overpowering stuff. She's only had 1 strikeout so far in the game today, but she's done a really good job of inducing fly balls and ground balls, letting her defense back her up and make the plays behind her.
That was going to be upstairs. Allie Meisner working the count now to even with 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, she's done a really good job of playing to the defense here, getting ground balls, fly outs, and other such things, as now she's hoping for the exact same result here on the 2-2. As Meisner gets a piece of that one and once again fouls it away, and is doing a good job of battling here against Young in the bottom of the 7th.
And this Don's defense is so impressive. No errors so far in today's game, and errors definitely not a normal thing for this team, so no reason why not to rely on your defense.
As that one is also going to be fouled back. Meisner really doing a great job of staying in there and battling here against Briley Young. Again, we got runners on first and second. There are no outs here in the bottom of the 7th as Briley Young delivers the pitch. And that was going to be foul tipped. And once again, Meisner is just getting just enough of the ball, staying on top of it, and really battling in this at bat.
Yeah, Briley definitely doesn't have swing and miss stuff today, and Meisner's done a good job of really fouling off a lot of pitches here.
And that one is going to be, once again, a foul ball, ripping that one out of play down the left field line, as, man, Young's just looking for any kind of pitch to get Meisner out here.
So far in the bottom of the 7th, Bauman with a leadoff walk. Anderson then singled, moving Bauman over to second base.
That one's going to be in the dirt, and it gets past the catcher, Briley Rudd, and that is going to advance the runners over onto second and third, as it is going to be Anderson at second base and Bauman over there at third.
And I think the umpires are talking about whether that was ball 3 or ball 4, and it was ball 3. I did not think that that was a walk, although Meisner definitely tried to sell it as so, and she ran quickly down to first base trying to draw that walk, but she is being sent back now to the plate as the count is full, although Bauman and Anderson both able to move up to the plate as they're now on second and third here with nobody out.
And once again crushed him, once again foul, and once again out of play there for Meisner as the count is still full. Again, just to recap here, the score is 13-3. The Lady Dons of Spanish Fork over the Red Women of Cedar City. The count is full here to Allie Meisner with runners on second and third. As that is going to be ripped. Once again, foul. That one absolutely crushed, but definitely foul as Meisner has just been fouling off pitch after pitch after pitch after pitch here.
Yeah, 10 pitches so far in this at-bat, and it has really been a battle from the leadoff hitter in this Red Women lineup.
And finally, Briley Young gets her to go down on strikes with a nice changeup, is able to get Meisner to swing a little bit early on that one, and that is a key out in the bottom of the seventh for the Lady Dons.
And it took a while, 11 pitches, but Young finally able to win that battle, and the Dons now 2 outs away from winning this game.
And brings up another dangerous hitter, though, in the shortstop Dream Weaver, as she laces that one right past Briley Young, and that is going to be scoring a couple runs as that one. Oh, they are actually able to hold her up over there at third. It was hit so hard over there that they were able to actually to bring that one in. A nice throw there by Condi, as that one is only going to score 1 run, but still a nice RBI single there by Dream Weaver.
Yeah, Weaver jumping all over that first pitch, singling it hard up the middle. Abby Anderson able to move over to third, and Bauman coming in to score. No reason to risk it and try to send Anderson home there, as that run is not necessarily the key run, as it is 13-4, and you don't want to make an out at the plate there trying to score number 5.
Yeah, definitely not. Runs are so important. Base runners even more important, just to make sure you get safe there. So as that one is going to be taken low and inside there by Denham Hinkle.
Hinkle, a loud homer her last time up, is 2 for 3 on the day with a single and a homer, and has been the most productive hitter for this Red Women lineup today.
That one is going to be in the dirt, and that is going to be a 2-0 count here to Denham Hinkle. Again, runners on the corners now for the Red Women, with Weaver over there at first and Abby Anderson over there at third, and they've already scored a run here in the inning, as here comes that 2-0. And that is going to be popped foul. That's going to move the count to 2-1 to Hinkle.
It is causing difficulty getting on the parking lot, and it's not safe. So please move your car if it is not in a parking stall.
2-1 count here to Hinkle, as the Dons have 1 out here in the inning. That one is also popped up to the backstop, and that's going to even the count to 2-2 against Denham Hinkle.
(13-4) here in the bottom of the 7th, as the Lady Dons look to hold on and win this one.
Here comes that 2-2. That one's going to be in the dirt, as that is going to move Dream Weaver over to second base. So now 2 runners in scoring position for Denham Hinkle, as that also moves the count to full here in the bottom of the 7th. Here comes the payoff pitch, and that is going to be sent out into center field. And Condi is not going to be able to get to that one, and that is going to be a 3-run home run for Denham Hinkle, who that is now her 2nd home run of the game, and that is the 4th home run of the game for the Red Women, and the first one that had some people on base, as that is a nice 3-run blast there by Hinkle.
Yeah, biggest hit of the game so far, and as we mentioned, she's been the most productive hitter today by far, and adding to that total now. 3 for 4 on the day with 4 RBIs, now a big 3-run blast off the bat of Hinkle, and this game is now 13-7, as the Red Women inching a little bit closer here, scoring 4 runs already here in the inning.
Yeah, at least potentially making it an interesting decision here for the Lady Dons, as that is now the 7th run of the game, as you were saying there, for the Red Women, and it'll be an interesting choice here for the coach to see if maybe they are going to switch Briley Young out, which that looks like that is going to be the decision, though. Other than this inning, she had pitched a very effective game.
Yeah, Jordan Bate going 6 1/3 innings in this one, giving up 7 earned runs. 1 strikeout, really doing a good job of using her defense. The big problem with her outing today was those 4 home runs allowed, 1 to Meisner, 1 to Weaver, and 2 to Henkel, with the big 3-run blast coming right there.
Yeah, an unfortunate ending to her outing there for Briley Young, as that is going to bring in a new pitcher. It is the senior Jordan Bate, who was out in right field. Bate, one of the other just absolute stars of this rotation in the Lady Dons rotation. She is a key part of their pitching staff, and she has been called on to kind of close off this game and get them into the championship.
Yeah, Jordan Bate is the ace for this Lady Don staff, and you would expect that she will pitch the first game this afternoon against the Bear River Bears. I'm sure that Don Andrews was hoping that he could rest her until that point, but she'll only need to come in and get 2 outs here, as Lindsey Smith now moves out to right field. Briley Young coming out of the game after pitching very well, giving up 9 hits and 7 runs. But the Dons offense still have a nice lead, as they're able to put up 13 runs today, so it is 13-7 with 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. And the senior ace, Bate, now stepping onto the mound. On the year, Bate is 14-1 with a 1.40 ERA in 15 appearances, with 13 complete games and 7 shutouts. And let's not forget, she has 4 no-hitters on the year as well. So absolutely amazing out there on the mound.
Yeah, you definitely got that right, Elliot. She has been absolutely phenomenal. As that one is going to be just outside there. 1-0 count there to Pua Johnson.
And you could argue that Bate is the #1 pitcher in the state of Utah for softball. So definitely a dominant starter out there on the mound, coming in relief today for the Lady Dons.
And that one is going to be taken upstairs there for ball 2. Yeah, Bate is the best pitcher, as you were saying, in the state. So to be able to have the luxury of being able to just kind of bring her in at the end of this game to close things up, absolutely a wonderful asset to have, as here comes that 2-0 count. That is going to be sent on over to third. And a nice play over there, as that's going to be out number 2 here in the bottom of the 7th, as the Dons are now 1 out away from being able to advance on over into the championship game.
A reminder, that game will start around 1:30 here on SF17, so please tune in for that one on youtube.com/SpanishFork17. Tell your friends and family, everyone, we're going to have a championship game as the Dons go for their 4th consecutive state softball title, if they can get 1 more out here in the bottom of the 7th.
Absolutely. They need to be watching, folks, and make sure that they are in fact tuning in on youtube.com/SpanishFork17 to be able to catch that game live. And so as we are heading on here, we've got 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th, and it is going to be Kylie Oldroyd that is at the plate. It is actually going to be Brighton Holyoke that is up currently.
Yeah, pinch hitter at the plate now. She came in to pitch a few innings ago, moved out to left with the most recent pitching change, and now she'll have her opportunity to have her first plate appearance today.
Lefty hitter represents the last hope here for the Red Women, as here comes that first pitch. That is going to be cut on through for strike 1 to Brighton Holyoke. Again, the score is 13-7 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Dons are 1 out away from being able to advance to the championship game against Bear River, as that was going to be taken upstairs, and that'll even the count to 1-1. The Red Women did score 3 runs on a 3-run homer by Denham Henkel in this particular inning to move their score on over to 7. And that is going to be swung on through, and that is going to be the ball game as Jordan Bate comes in and gets the outs that are needed to close off this game. It is 13-7 in favor of the Lady Dons as they'll head on over to the championship game, and we will be right back to recap this one on Spanish Fork 17.
Hi, welcome to 2 Jack's Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to 2 Jack's Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork, or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
Come to Dickerson Automotive for all your car repair and maintenance needs. Now is a great time to make sure your car is ready for these cold winter months. We take the time to get to know you and your car to give you peace of mind. Dickerson Automotive, located way north on Main and Spanish Fork.
MVP Sports is the #1 source for sporting goods in Spanish Fork. Football, soccer, all the fall sports, we've got you covered. Check out our new custom t-shirt builder. Design at home and we'll build it for you. MVP Sports, 72 North Main in Spanish Fork.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
Need a new car or truck? The Car Guys has the best selection of used vehicles at the best prices in Spanish Fork. The Car Guys know their automobiles to get you the best car for your needs and your budget. The Car Guys at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork.
Wild Mustangs. They're supposed to be one of the most gentle creatures in nature.
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments, there's one of these. That's why more people save money by combining their home and auto with State Farm.
Call State Farm agent Lance Wilson today.
Nobody plans on getting in an accident, but if it does happen, you can rely on the expertise of Mike McKell to protect and fight for your rights. Specializing in personal injury law, Mike McKell is the attorney you need. Contact Mike at McKell, Christiansen, and Wise.
And welcome back here on Spanish Fork 17 as our Lady Dons have defeated the Cedar City Red Women in this one 13-7 in a dominant performance all around for the Lady Dons as they advance to the championship game at 1:30 this afternoon against the Bear River Bears. And if they are to win that one, they'll have another game shortly after that. So another opportunity for the Lady Dons to win their 4th consecutive high school state championship.
And what an absolute opportunity and a nice game there for the Dons all around. A nice pitching effort by Briley Young. The bats came out in this game in a big way, and so obviously they would love for all of this to translate into their games here, hopefully against Bear River.
Yeah, it was a game of home runs, 4 home runs off the bat of the Red Women, all coming from the top of the lineup. And for the Lady Dons, the home runs were in full force as well. And a nice, strong performance as the Dons were able to jump on them early, scoring 3 in the 3rd, 3 in the 5th, and 4 in the 6th as part of they scored runs in 5 innings, but those were the 3 big innings where the runs were able to come across. And a 13-7 win, as we mentioned, for the Lady Dons over the Red Women in this one. Yes, and a reminder about next game, we'll be back here on Spanish Fork 17 as the Lady Dons play the Bear River Bears at around 1:30, so be sure to tune into that one. We'll have a great one coming up. So I'm Elliot Charles for Andrew LaRose and for everyone on our fantastic crew. We thank you for joining in this 13-7 win. It is another winner for the Lady Dons, and we'll be back in a minute.